The Belize flood risk, the property problem buyers often miss. Before you buy property or plan a move to Belize, subscribe for more grounded Belize updates and join my email list. I'll leave a link in the description below. The biggest storm risk in Belize is not always the hurricane itself. Sometimes it's the road, the drainage ditch, the nearby river, or the power line that goes down when you need it most. This past week, heavy rain brought that reality back into focus. A flood alert remained in effect for central and southern Belize. Soldier Creek Bridge became inaccessible to small vehicles, and flood debris was reported along sections of the Hummingbird Highway. Government crews were also assessing flooded areas and clearing debris. For somebody considering a move to Belize, this is not just weather news, it is property news. The view from the house is only the beginning. Most buyers ask whether a property is inside a hurricane zone. Fair question. But that question does not go far enough. You also need to know whether the access road floods, whether the yard drains toward or away from the house, and whether a nearby creek becomes a completely different animal after 3 days of rain. A house can remain dry, while the road outside becomes impassable. That means you may not be able to reach a grocery store, medical clinic, airport, or pharmacy. I've seen this go wrong before. People fall in love with privacy during the dry season. Then the rains come, the road changes, and that peaceful little location starts feeling more isolated than expected. A government flood forecast issued earlier in the week warned that flooding could happen quickly and without warning in central and southern coastal areas. That does not mean you should be afraid of buying in Belize. It means you should inspect like somebody planning to live here, not like somebody staying for 7 sunny days. Belize is investing in better warning systems. There is some encouraging news. Belize secured $20.2 million Belizean dollars in grant financing for climate resilience and disaster preparedness. The funding is intended to improve radar and forecasting infrastructure, impact-based forecasting, institutional capacity, and disaster risk systems. That is important progress. But a better forecast does not fix poor drainage on the property you purchased. It does not raise a low-access road, and it does not automatically provide backup electricity when the power goes out. Government investment helps the country prepare. Your job is to make sure your individual property is prepared too. San Pedro shows the other side of infrastructure risk. This conversation becomes even more important on Ambergris Caye. The Belize electricity providers says San Pedro's growth has pushed its existing submarine electricity cable close to capacity. A $40 million Millennium Challenge Corporation grant is expected to support expansion, while the electricity providers estimates that a new cable could cost more than 120 million Belizean dollars. San Pedro's growth story is real. But residents are also living with the infrastructure gap. The electricity provider, BEL, recently explained that higher household bills were being driven by heat, increased air conditioning and refrigeration use, longer billing periods in some cases, and the loss of an exemption when qualifying bills rise above 100 Belizean dollars. That is the part many expat budgets miss. They calculate rent or a mortgage. They may not calculate heavy air conditioning use, generator maintenance, battery backup, power interruptions, or the cost of protecting electronics. For more practical Belize cost and property updates like this, join my email list. Do not forget the island transport premium. Transportation is another piece of the same puzzle. Reported water taxi increases range from roughly $2 Belizean to $6 Belizean, while domestic airlines added fuel surcharges of approximately $6 Belizean to $10 Belizean depending on the route. Officials also warned that further increases were possible. That may not sound dramatic for one trip, but island residents do not travel only for vacations. They go to the mainland for medical appointments, government business, major shopping, airport connections, and family needs. Every trip carries a premium, and those small increases have a habit of introducing their friends. What buyers should check before committing: visit the property after heavy rain. Ask neighbors how high the water reached during previous storms. Drive the access road instead of only looking at a map. Find out where the nearest river, creek, lagoon, culvert, and drainage channel are located. Ask about power reliability, backup systems, insurance limitations, and emergency medical access. And pay attention to elevation, not the seller's description of elevation, actual elevation. Belize can still be a wonderful place to live, but paradise works better when the road remains passable, the water drains properly, and the lights stay on. Subscribe for more real-world Belize updates and join my email list. Please like and share this with somebody thinking about buying or moving to Belize. See you in the next one.